Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Today I've got a different video for you. I have just moved house recently, which if you've watched some of my previous videos you will know. And unfortunately with that came a lot higher rent, a lot higher. It was very unexpected. We were given 42 days to move and we moved, I think, within 3 weeks from when we found out that I had to move. So I had no moving fund, I had no extra money. We were literally on holiday when I found out that we had to move. And so that meant I had no savings. At the moment, I've got $105 in my emergency fund, and it was a very stressful time. So with the move, it means that my budget categories are going to change a little bit. Previously, I have older teenage children, and they all work. My middle daughter does go to uni, but she does work, and they are all now contributing a small amount towards the rent, which makes a massive difference. When we were looking at new places to rent, we had a discussion about whether we were going to try and find somewhere further away that would be a little bit cheaper. Everybody came to the consensus that they would like to contribute a little bit towards the rent and be able to stay in the area that we were already in, which is where friends, work, girlfriends, etc. are, and that was the consensus that everybody came to. So previously, the board that they paid went towards helping with things like internet, groceries, you know, it was only a very small amount that they paid. But I've always been a believer that once you start working it makes you a better person if you contribute to, you know, everything. So they all watch Netflix, they all use the internet, they all eat the food. They also request certain things above and beyond what is considered, you know, what I need to feed them. And, you know, so I feel that it's only fair that they have contributed as well. Unfortunately, now that means that the board that they contribute goes directly to the rent. It doesn't help out with any of the other things. I know I could up it more and get them to pay towards a few more things, but I would prefer at this time not to do that, as they're all doing really well with saving, and I would prefer that for them at the moment to concentrate on that. So with the cost of living at the moment, my grocery budget, I shop specials. I have both Coles and Woolworths at my local shopping centre, so I'm lucky I can go to both. For example, yesterday I bought a packet of Fruit Loops and it was $2.50 cheaper at Coles. There was something else I bought at Coles. I can't remember what it was. So I am very frugal with my grocery shopping, and I, you know, I'll save as much as I can on my groceries, but we have found that $120 a week has not been sustainable. I've tried and tried, and it's just not working. So we have now upped my new grocery budget is now $150 per week. Now we don't eat a lot of meat, which I think contributes a lot to being able to stay under $150. We aren't vegetarians, but my children really don't like meat. So it's really only myself and my youngest daughter that eat meat. And, you know, I do my best when we're buying treats and things like that. I make sure that I shop around and, you know, $5 is $5 if that's what we save. Because both grocery stores are in the same supermarket, shopping centre, it's easy to go to both. We don't have an Aldi here, and we don't have Costco or anything like that. We are literally limited to Coles and Woolworths. I have everyday rewards, and I have the extras, which I pay $59 a year for, and I get 10% off one shop a month. So I try and do a big shop at the beginning of the month, use my 10% discount, and I will stock up on things when they're on sale. And my daughter takes noodles to work. My son has a certain kind of chips that he likes to have in his lunch for work. When they're on special, I try and stock up on things like that. He also likes a particular brand of frozen pizza, and they're really ridiculously expensive at the moment. And as soon as they're on special, I go and buy a whole heap of them and put them in the freezer, which saves an absolute fortune. So that's just a few things that we do to get around. I also have flybys, which it makes a big difference if you shop the boosters, if you use your app and you shop the boosters. And last year I managed to get $650, I think, at Christmas time. I save up all my money through the year on my rewards, and I managed to get $650 in savings. So I did not have to buy groceries or petrol for all of December and some of November. This year my goal was $1,500. I think that's a little bit out of reach now. I found that some of the rewards are not as good as they were last year, and I haven't had as much time to do the surveys at Coles on the Flybys app, which got me a lot of points. So I'm trying to make a big effort in doing that this year and trying to get that built up. $1,000 is what I definitely want. The same thing that will pay for groceries for December and half of November, and I'm hoping to be able to do my nephew's Christmas presents in that as well, because I can also use those points at Big W and at Kmart to buy their gifts. So that's what I'm working towards with my groceries, but $150 is definitely making it a lot easier for us to I think I actually had some money left over this week, which was amazing. So to find the money for that, what I have done is my fuel budget is now down to $20 a week. So I don't drive my car a lot. At the moment I'm working from home, and I don't need to drive my car a lot at all. All my kids have their licenses, and when we go somewhere, one of them always wants to drive. So that also means I'm not paying for petrol. So if you've watched my previous videos, you will have seen that I used to budget $40 a week, and a lot of the time I wouldn't even use that, and that would just get rolled over and put into one of my savings challenges. So I've decided to drop that down to $20, and we'll see how that goes. I did have to fill my car up at Easter, which cost me $100. So at the moment we had to end up taking my car. My car's a larger car than my daughter's, and we wouldn't have fitted everything in her car. So I had $40 put away for that, and I've now spent that, and I have taken the rest of that from my buffer that I have in the bank. But going forward, that half a tank, I'm pretty sure I've got about half a tank left, that will last me now for quite a while. So I'll roll over my fuel budget each week and just use that into my savings challenges. But like I said, so 20 of that has gone in, so I've really only putting in an extra $10 a week out of my pay to up that grocery bill. So that's sort of how I've gotten around that. So I also have a vet pay debt, which you will have seen me in my budget binder, I have been filling in this tracker. I have a debt which was about $2,000. My cat had surgery. I think it was 2020, and it cost an absolute fortune. It cost me nearly $10,000. I don't regret it. He is definitely worth it to us, but it has really hurt me financially. So I still have about $1,000 to pay off that. So I can't wait to have that paid off. And that is $60 a fortnight I pay on that. So I'm going to actually change it to $30 a week. So it feels like I get paid, one week I get paid a larger amount and the next week I get paid a smaller amount. And the smaller week now is really hard. There's not a lot left over, and I feel like dividing this into so much each week is going to make a big difference with that. However, I'm worried about spending that $30 in between. So I'm going to trial, I've got one account that just bills come out of, and I'm going to try and not use that for anything other than bills and see how that goes. Because I don't want to have to, this is once a fortnight, I don't want to have to get the cash out and then put it back. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to drop that down to $30 a week, whether I get the cash out or whether I can be trusted to leave that in the account. We'll see, see how that goes. But yeah, I think having that divided weekly will it'll make a difference with my new budget that's a bit tighter. If you saw my last video with my new envelopes, you will see that I now have a car category. I used to have my insurance is direct debited, and that will continue to happen. But my rego, I was one of the ones that I left till the last minute and then scrambled. I would cash flow it from the 2 weeks before it was due, and I would pay it every 3 months. I'm wanting to get away from that, and I'm just about to pay it now for 3 months, and then I want to be able to pay it for 6 months, which will bring me up until January, I think. And then I'm hoping to be able to pay it for 12 months after that. So I'm going to be putting $15 a week into my car envelope, and that will go towards rego and services and things that I tend to scramble at the last minute to find. I don't know why I don't have an envelope for car. It's just been what I've always done, and I've had the money to sort of do it, and I'm trying to get out of that habit of having anything. Like, I want everything planned for, like nothing left to chance. So my kids I've got a fairly reliable car. My kids have had to have a couple of things done to their car in their last service, and I'm sick of putting things on my zip pay, on my afterpay, when I haven't budgeted for them, especially things like this that I know I'm going to need. I know I need a car service. Why am I not saving for it? So I'm now going to start saving for it. Now, like I said, my budget doesn't have enough in it now to go, okay, next pay is a bigger pay. I've got a bit left over. I'll just use that. So I'm not doing that anymore. And we're going to be more organised. Okay, so the last category is my twins' 18th birthday. So they are turning 18 in September. They still haven't decided what they want to do. My son's not too keen on a party. My daughter does want a party. I feel weird about her having a party that's not a joint one. So I think we're going to do a joint one, and he'll just invite a few people if that's all he wants. The family and a lot of the family friends are all going to be the same anyway. So I think that's what we're doing. So the money that I've got saved up, if you have been watching my channel from the Cash Q1 challenge, I am contemplating putting some of that towards their birthday, just to get that underway. I'll be using bonus money going forward for that, and I think I'm just going to use the same envelopes I used for my daughters, and who knows, I might make some new ones, we'll see. And yeah, you'll start to see the inclusion of that going forward. So the plan is to do $50 a week. Now at the moment that's not really in my budget. Quite a bit of that is going to have to be bonus money, and that's fine because generally I have a little bit left over each week. I've been really slack with my surveys the last few months. Once my Etsy picked up, I didn't have as much time to do it, and it was more beneficial for me to do my Etsy. So I will be picking back up with that. And I'm hoping to have enough in my bonus money each week. I will have some in my budget to go towards this, and if I can't do the 50, then I will make sure that I contribute something each week to their birthday fund. I can't believe how quickly it's here, and I've got my next Q2 challenge that I have got underway now, and I can also use that as well, which will be a big sort of cash injection towards that as well. But yeah, I'll definitely be putting something from my Q1 challenge into their birthday fund, but we will just see how much of that actually goes towards that. Okay, so thank you everybody for watching. It's not too big a change, but the fact that my income, some of my hours had dropped and my income's dropped and my expenses have increased, I just felt that I think these changes are necessary, and it'll just take the stress off. I've already got, I think, $60 saved towards Christmas. I've decided to start that early so that by the time we get close, I've already done, quite a few envelopes in my 25 envelope challenge for that. And I think just being organised early makes such a big difference, and it just takes the stress off. I can't believe that I managed to finish that Cash challenge and save $300 for nothing. I can't remember the last time I saved money that didn't have a purpose, and I managed to save it, not take it out, and save $300 that didn't have a purpose. It's amazing, and it's taking me a while now to work out what I want to do with it, but I've got $300 just sitting there. It's not for anything. I can put it towards whatever I like. So, I also have my coin challenge that I do each month, that I'll have bonus money from. So any of these categories that, especially the car and my twin's birthday, if I'm not making the amounts that I need, I'll up my surveys. I'll earn the money elsewhere. So I think having a plan helps you work out what you need. And when I get off track, I lose my plan and everything turns upside down. So by knowing this is how much I have to have, this is when I have to have it, it helps me stay on track. So, and if there's weeks that I have money left over, I can either roll that over to one of these other categories, or I can keep it in my grocery envelope for a certain week where I need I need to, you know, spend $180. You know, we've run out of things. I try really hard to stock up on things that we use all the time. We have lots of things in the freezer that I can pull out. I try and, you know, stay ahead of things like rice and pastas and things that, you know, this week we don't have to top up as much because, you know, I bought 5 of them last week when they were on special. Now that they're not on special, I don't have to buy those. I've been adding more to my household category to try and take things like my garbage bags, my washing detergent, batteries, things like that out of my grocery budget. And I'm working on building up my pet envelope so that I can be buying my cat food and things like that out of that and not out of my grocery budget. So, you know, just things like that, so that my grocery budget is truly just for groceries. And that's, when you're working with a lower income, it's really important to have everything categorized so that there's not random things that are popping up that you haven't budgeted for, that you now don't have the money for. So I'm going to do a video on my getting 1 week ahead. For me, 1 month is too far. It's too much. So I'm going to go with 1 week. And I already have a little bit of that put aside. But I definitely will be doing a video on that to show you how that can also help take the pressure off. So thank you very much for watching this video. It's gone on a little bit longer than I had planned. If you can like this video, if you've enjoyed it, and if you can subscribe to my channel, it really helps me out. I'm hoping to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can get my channel monetized, so that I can also use this towards my income, which would be amazing. And if there's any videos that you would like to see me do, then please comment below and I'll definitely try and get those done for you. So if you could leave me maybe a cat emoji below and let me know that you've watched till the end. Hopefully, I think, fingers crossed, cleaning my microphone seems to have fixed my sound issues. If there's any issues, let me know. And I'll try and fix it again before next video. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.